Guys, welcome to very interesting episode of Pythagoras theorems. In the last episode we talked about triangles and its properties, and this is all which we learned. Very important things: median, if you remember, vertex to midpoint, that is median. Altitude is vertex to you draw a perpendicular, that's altitude. Exterior angle is the angle if you extend the line of a triangle. So if this is a triangle, this is an angle, extend this line, this angle is the exterior angle. This is equal to the sum of opposite interior angle, which is this angle, and which is angle 1 and angle 2. We also proved it using linear pair and properties of parallel lines and a transversal. And then we proved that sum of all interior angles of a triangle is 180-degree. And then we learnt a very interesting concept, is that sum of the length of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. So if in a triangle combination, if you happen to get two sides for which the sum of those two sides is less than the third side, which means that triangle cannot be formed. And this particular property, the sum of length of two sides is greater than the third side always, for all combinations of three sides of a triangle, is basically you will use it when you will learn inequalities. And I think inequalities is a class 11th equivalent course, so we will use that. So, and which is why it's interesting to know, and it's good to build and seed in the concepts straight away, so that when you look at it, you don't just look at it that what am I going to use it for. You are going to use it for something or the other. Okay, and today we will learn Pythagoras theorem. Much talked about, but it's very simple. This is a Pythagoras theorem. Before Pythagoras theorem, let me talk about right angle triangle. This is right angle triangle ABC, right angled at B. So BC is the base, AB is the perpendicular, and AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, and the Pythagoras theorem says that it is basically perpendicular square, which is B square, plus base square, which is C square, is equal to A square. That is your Pythagoras theorem, nothing else. That's Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and now we are going to prove Pythagoras theorem. That's all we are going to do. There are a lot of visualization techniques, just like how we proved the sum of three angles of a triangle is equal to 180. Similarly, you can prove Pythagoras theorem also. Try that. Try that. Be inquisitive. Take a piece of paper, draw a right angle triangle, and try to prove that. Here I have taken a mathematical approach and I will show you. So this is a right angle triangle HYG. HYG is a right angle triangle, right angled here. Okay. Now what I have done is that if it is right angled here, and if this side is B and this side is C, basically base is C and perpendicular is B, I will create a square which is B plus C, right? B plus C. So this is C, this length is B, this B I will add here, this is B, so C I will add here, this is C, right? And similarly then I will construct a whole square of length B plus C. So as you can see, Wx is equal to B, this is B, and this is Ex is C, right? Wx is equal to We plus Ex, which is equal to B plus C. Similarly, Xf is equal to B and Fz is equal to C. So once again Xz is equal to B plus C. Similarly this side and this side. You can just take your time. Okay, pause the video, take your time and understand the construction. And this side will be A. Now you might ask the question that this is A, I understand. If I start with this triangle HYG, how can you tell me that even this is A only? Hai na? So I can tell that this is A because I have kept it right angled here once again, and here it was C, but I have added B to it, right? So I have taken a right angle triangle with a side B and then I have added a side C here. So basically it is the same triangle, I have just reoriented it. Therefore this side is equal to A. This is nothing but the hypotenuse. So it will be nothing but, its square will be equal to the square of C plus square of B, right? It doesn't matter whether B is base or C is base, right? And that's how I have done alternate arrangement. It is a good arrangement to find out or to prove it, okay? And therefore now you will say that, okay, this is all a, I understand, but in my proof I am going to say that this is a square, so this will be 90 degree. Now you will ask me that, okay boss, you tell me how this is 90 degree. It could be a rhombus also, right? Then I will tell you that, let's say this angle is 90, right? And let's say this angle is theta, so this angle will be 90 minus theta. Same for this triangle, this triangle same. So this is 90 minus theta, so this will be 90 minus theta, right? Right, because this is side C and this is side C. So jo side C, the angle at the extreme of side of length C is 90 minus theta, so the angle on the extreme of side of length C is 90 minus theta, so this will be theta, right? Because this is 90 degree, this is 90 minus theta, so it has to be theta, right? And then theta plus 90 minus theta equal to 90 degree, and this is 90 degree, and sum of three angles will be 180. So you can see that if this is 90 minus theta, if this is theta, and this is a linear pair, not a linear pair but a straight line around the line H, and there are three angles, and this angle plus this angle is 90 degree, and this is 180, so this will be how much? 90 degree. Similarly for this, for this, for this, so it is a square. I think I have established that well enough. Sometimes I know that kids get confused, that you tell us how that's a square. I can understand. So first we saw that why all the sides are A, and then we understood that why it is 90 degree. Okay, so now it is clear. And if you're not clear, then rewind and see this again. That's the advantage of seeing a video on YouTube. You can see it as many times as possible, and I don't have to repeat so many times. And still, if you have a doubt, drop a comment. I will or just email it to me, I will answer. Okay, so now what will be the area of this square? Now if let's go back and learn area, remember area, and we learned that area of a square is length of the side into length of the side, which is square. Okay, so length of the side is what? B plus C. Length of the side is B plus C. So the area of this square, area of the square WXZY will be B plus C whole square. Okay, which will also be equal to area of a square EHGF. It will be equal to area of a square EHGF plus these four triangles are same, we have just established, so 4 times area of triangle HWE. Now here I am going to use a concept that possibly right now you don't know. So area of square, we know this square has a side A, so this will be A square. Okay, area of one of the triangles, it is a right angle triangle, it is half into base into height. So for now just learn, and very quickly we will learn this. Okay, so it basically is A square plus 2BC. That's the area of the same square. So now let me just rub out the rough calculation. I hope I have done it correctly. Now we will open this. So basically this area and this and this are going to be equal, because both of them are nothing but area of the square WXZY. Okay. So now let's open it. I think this also as a concept you might not know, but this is A plus B whole square, or B plus C whole square in this case, which is B square plus C square plus 2AB. Sorry, just sorry, this is 2BC. Okay, so that's the area. Now using equations we can equate this to this. So let's do that. This I will write equal to A square plus 2BC. Okay, so 2BC on both side of equation. What we will do, we will simply cancel, and what do we get? B square plus C square equal to a square. Now you have to ask me as kids two questions, that how b plus c whole square is this one. Okay, so that I will tell you, but we have proven it. Like, what is b? B is this which is perpendicular for this triangle. What is c? Base for this triangle. And what is a? Hypotenuse for this triangle, right? For this triangle, c is the perpendicular and b is the base, because we've drawn it in that fashion. Whatever we say is horizontal on the 90-degree angle, that we take as base. Whatever is vertical, that we take as perpendicular. Okay? So that is the proof. Now in order to prove this, we used b plus c whole square, which was this. So let me do that for you also very quickly. It is nothing, we will just do multiplication, and because it is variable, so you thought that b plus c is what? 2 plus 3 whole square is equal to what? 2 plus 3 into 2 plus 3, right? And whenever we multiply variables like this, so basically if you learned distributive property, remember, if we were to do a into b plus c, what would we do? We would do ab plus bc, right? Now if a is equal to b plus c only, instead of a, let's write b plus c, right? Let's write here b plus c. So b plus c is equal to a. So from here we remove a and we put, so from here we remove a and we put b plus c. Okay, and here it would not be bc, but it would be ac. Sorry, I had written it wrong. AC. Okay, and here also we will remove a and put b plus c. So we will put b plus c, and now we will, let me just rub this out, and I am taking this step here and I will multiply again. Now b is outside, inside is b plus c. Again using distributive, what I will do is I will write b into b, which is b square. I will write b into c, which is bc, plus I will write bc, c into b, plus I will write c into c, c square. So what do I get? I get b square plus c square plus 2bc, which I equated to, like you saw what I equated it to. Basically I equated it to a square plus 4 into half into base into height. So I equated it to a square plus 2bc. I equated it to a square plus 2bc. 2bc cancels out, and so I just gave you the calculation so that you are absolutely clear on how it happened. Now only one thing I haven't told you is that the area of a right angle triangle, okay, if that right angle triangle is this, then its area is half into base into height. Here what is the base? Here the base is c, and what is the perpendicular or height? It is b. So it doesn't matter whether the base is b or c, because ultimately we are multiplying with both and then we are doing half. So how did this happen? This proof we will park for later. Okay, so this one thing you just remember, that area of a right angle triangle is half into base into height, and then using this we have proven Pythagoras theorem. So that is all. Pythagoras theorem is a good method to ascertain whether a triangle is whether a triangle is right angled or not. And some of the classic Pythagorean triplets, as they call it, where all the three are like whole numbers, are like 3 4 5. So you should know, like, is 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. When we add 9 plus 16 we get 25. So 3 will be base or perpendicular, 4 will be base or perpendicular, and 5 will be hypotenuse. Okay? So using this method, if you are able to ascertain that it is a perfect square in that way, then it is right angled. If it is not, then it is not a right angle triangle. So that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed Pythagoras theorem, something which is very interesting. And I will see you in the next video. And that also is very interesting. I was going through some of the content, it's quite good. So bye guys, take care.